So Rashawn, what I appreciate about you is the depth of your being and your spirituality, and how when we first just started talking, I mean, you just opened up and you were just shared so much with me that just touched me deeply. And how much of a visionary you are. You're going to have an amazing impact on millions of people's lives. So thank you.
Thank you.
You know, when 99 was telling me when we were speaking about and preparing for this, she said, you know, Rashawn, she said, is like this brilliant young man, and you're gonna like really impressed by him. And I said, yeah, I have no doubt, but little did I know what I was in for. So, I mean, you are just a nice human being, you're very humbled, you're very determined though, and I love that. You're just filled with wisdom, and you have a great heart, and I think it comes through, you know, to everybody around you. You are a giving spirit, a giving soul, and I see you doing some like absolutely amazing things. So glad to know you. Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you.
Rashawn, what I appreciate about you is I feel love when you speak. I feel that you love yourself, and you love the world, and you love the people around you. And I felt that before today, but when you shared those journal entries, it just blew me away. I'm tearing up a little bit right now, actually, and I got chills while I was hearing you read them. You have a beautiful speaking voice, but you also just have a way of sharing what you're connecting with from the inside and spreading it out. So I really appreciate that. It's a gift.
Thank you.
Dude. So I was already digging you the day I met you and yesterday. But today, I fell in love with you. Like, I got another little brother now. Like, I have to help him, you know, I have to use my gifts to marry to your gifts to make sure the world knows more about you, because the depth of how you roll and the vulnerability and the way that you just put the words together, like, I get chills because of what I do in the HBCU market. I'm like, I can't wait to introduce you to them, because I know they need you, because you relate to them. You, from the hustler, you know, mentality, they can relate to that, and then you are pivoting and showing them, but this is what's gangster right here, journaling. This is the thing that actually can change, you know, their lives. And so I already see it. Like, I'm gonna be sitting on the front row in a stadium of you speaking, and I'll be like, I know him when. Look at him now. And just really, really thrilled for what God is about to do in your life to have such a massive impact on the kids who need you.
Thank you so much.
Rashawn, you know, coming here, you don't know what to expect, and you don't know how things are going to be, but, you know, getting to know you and what you talked about today and yesterday, it was very touching. It was very emotional, actually, hearing you talk for me, because I feel like I experienced a lot of the same things and challenges of starting something and really not having the support family-wise, and you know, and no one really knowing what I'm going through, and you know, to become God's vehicle on earth, you must go through a spiritual journey. You said that today, and everything that you said was just really, really touching, and it definitely bridged gaps for me. So I thank you.
Thank you.
Rashawn, I'm also very impressed. Very impressed on a few things. One of them is that you have the capacity to add value based both on your aptitude, you know, on your business acumen, on the great company, you know, business results, as well as on your attitude, you know, on as Frank was saying, getting to the, showing your heart and sharing your heart as a way to add value to others. Part two is, I think that the young generation needs to, in some shape or form, understand and capture, your message, and hopefully, embrace it. You can make a difference. And three, your excellent communication skills, both written, as you were writing, sharing with us, but also orally, the way you spoke, and the intonation and the tone, and the way you touched us, or at least me. So congratulations.
Thank you. My Kobe brother.
Rashawn, the thing that I think I appreciate the most about you, in the little amount of time I've had around you, is you set an example that, first off, young men need to see. I didn't have that necessarily in my home, and so I absolutely adore the fact that you set an example that the young men who are exposed to you will have hope that they can go out and do the same thing. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate from an adult perspective as well, because this country has a dire need for men and women to stand up as quality persons, and you've done that, and I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I gave this to you early, so I'm gonna read it. No. So I got this from John Maxwell back in the 80s. I was 24 years old, pastoring a church of 500 people. I had no business pastoring. My second church. And it says, it's from Winston Churchill. It says, in every age there comes a time when a leader must come forward and meet the needs of the hour. Therefore, there is no potential leader who does not have the opportunity to make a positive difference in society. And what made me click with that was back then, it was kind of my calling. It was kind of like, even though I didn't have experience to do what I was doing, I didn't really feel like I was qualified to do what I was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was my time. It was one of those times I talked about earlier where I knew I was in a sweet spot. And I knew I was in the calling. And that's where you're at. It's your turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Yes.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, Wayne.
And I just like the real shit.
You made a pastor like say shit. Like, you are the shit. You know?
You're a hot shit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wayne.
That's, you know you're connecting, man.
I gotta take off my jacket. It's getting hot in here. Thank you, man.
Something I appreciate about you, besides like that story you said about the lady in the house and how that brought so much value to you, just shows your heart. The fact that you appreciate so much how she was able to purchase her home. But also something I really appreciate about you is like many people that are into the spiritual shit, as you call it, they are focused mainly on the spiritual world and observing the world. So it's like, for example, like you watch the world, you see how things work, you explain it, and then you write down, and then people connect because you put words to what other people don't have words to. But with you, you're not like in the corner observing the world. Like you're building the things. You're out there doing the things. And so from you, it has a whole nother level to it, and a whole nother credibility, and a whole nother connecting element, which brings like it's impressive what you've done. And so I really appreciate how it's not just the observation of spirituality, it's the results you have, and the world speaks results, not just theory. So
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Candy. And thank you all. I just appreciate all of you guys' feedback. I want to say that the way that you guys just spoke just really, this is the first time that I've actually gotten feedback like this in regards to the story. I've never really shared it like that. This is not something that I've been out there doing, and it's like a new endeavor for me, and you guys have really just made me really, I think I believed before, but now I know that this is what I'm, here for and supposed to be doing. I just appreciate your guys' genuineness and giving me this feedback, and thank you so very much for recognizing that within me, and I hope that you recognize that within yourself as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless. Thank you.